That scream has got to be one of the best, not just in all of Star Wars, just in general.
Yeah.
It's like Wilhelm scream and then Joe's impression.
Salacious B. Land Joe Salacious B pushes Wilhelm
Salacious J.
Salacious
That's
J.
my rapper name right there.
Salacious
J. That's pretty hard.
That is so good. Welcome back to the Star Wars Guys podcast. We've been switching it up lately. We've had Uncle gone last week. Mike's gone this week. We got Joe, myself, Nate, and of course, you know him well. He's
Salacious
back.
B. Uncle.
Salacious. We're all just salacious.
Salacious you.
And Uncle, yeah. So we just thought tonight would be a fun episode. The new Ahsoka trailer dropped yesterday.
And it dropped hard. Wow.
We're going to dive all into it. We're going to do trailer breakdown. But we are not going to only stick to the trailer. We want to talk all things Ahsoka in preparation for the series coming out next month, guys.
So this is what you might call this a primer.
The primer.
Just like,
Yeah.
priming the pump, get you ready.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the trailer, since it's kind of hot, everyone's talking about it, or do we want to just kind of do a little run through of Ahsoka's backstory and the character?
We at some point we should make a plan.
We should.
I mean, we're getting to the point where people
we press live and then
really
we
don't make
it.
a plan. Well, if you watch for any length of time, you'll realize we don't make a plan.
No, we just.
I say, Joe, what do you? I'll let Joe decide.
Say, Joe.
Chad thinks this is rhetorical, right? We just rolling with it. No,
Right.
this is planning. Let's start with thought from the trailer.
Yes, I love
overall
it.
Thought from the
overall
trailer.
thought?
Any thought.
Any
It
thought
could be
from the trailer?
I want to talk about
Anakin. Anakin. Anakin.
That's what I was thinking. But that's good.
Anakin.
I mean, come on.
Love it.
Yeah.
The name dropped twice.
Yeah.
The name dropped twice.
Right.
And I saw when I posted a video about the trailer reaction, I did a trailer reaction to it. Someone commented, and I didn't catch it the first time I watched it through, but someone commented and said, "Did you know when they mentioned Anakin the second time, you can hear the voiceover of Vader's breath over top on the second when he says
haunting.
when he says Anakin spoke highly of you.
Yeah.
You can hear the.
Awesome.
I'm like, oh, dude, all of it. I love it.
That's so good.
That's my thought.
Yeah, that was your
Yeah,
thought. That's fair.
If you're watching live, just go away and watch the trailer real quick. If you're watching this back on YouTube or wherever, pause it and go watch the trailer because we're gonna dive in. My daughter, I love seeing the whole Sabine
Oh,
because you know the training they did with the Darksaber. And like, wait a second, are we gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be built. She's gonna be training another. Wow.
Yeah.
Got to master.
And
gotta
not
continue.
just, and we'll dive into it, but not just training for the show. Like, she's already calling her master.
That's
which
right.
made me think,
Yeah.
because in Rebels, we get that time jump where Ahsoka comes up and is the Gandalf figure, and there's a gap there.
Yeah.
It's the end of the rebellion now, and
Things are happening we
things are
haven't
happening, but
seen.
Ezra and stuff's still gone. But there's a time jump,
Yeah.
and it never occurred to me, like, what all was going on in between that. You just think
Mhm.
it's all good now because the rebellion, like,
Right.
But I love that her calling her master made me think, wait, what all has happened now? And that time frame to the last shot of Rebels, where she was obviously training Sabine, and
Yeah.
she even says, like, it was hard. It was never easy on me. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, man, there's a
Yeah.
lot to dive into.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about.
I like it was real short, but her hair's grown out, right? In the trailer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She just gets
Love it.
Yeah.
just slices it off. It's like it's like old Rebels look, which is what everyone
Yeah.
remembers. And probably was like, that's what I want. And then but, also the resemblances of Kanan.
Kanan.
Yeah.
With the
Just-
knife.
yeah,
with the
just-
knife cut on the knees.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
almost like,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
like meditating sort of, and then just
Yeah.
decides
Yeah.
to go new look.
It's very similar to how I cut my hair when it was long.
You just Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Kanan.
You go to the barber.
Jarrus.
Can you give me the Kanan Jarrus?
Yeah, get on your knees.
Say no more, fam.
You have to be on your knees to do it.
Yeah, and you have to be blind. I'm sorry.
I
Oh,
also
sorry, Sabine.
love that. I love the mural there.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good.
It's like, yes, they're acknowledging the animation because it's
Yeah.
basically them.
So,
cool.
is that shot, or is this a different shot? Do you think it's that shot? Like
From
they're recreating the live action
Live
version
action
of
from
that moment?
I don't know. Maybe.
Or is this just a different moment where she's looking at the mural again
Could
and
be either.
Ahsoka walks up?
Yeah, it could be either.
It got me thinking
Amazing.
because
Could be the exact.
in this one she walks up in the trailer,
Yeah.
or at least we don't know. They could cut these clips.
So let's take a minute.
Yeah.
Explain where that's coming from. Then you say that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
So at the end of Rebels, there's that time jump, and Ahsoka shows up, and I call her the Gandalf-like figure, shows up in the all-white cloak, Gandalf the white, Ahsoka the white. It's got the staff,
Mhm.
and finds Sabine and talks to Sabine basically as she's looking at this mural of the Rebels characters, and basically you get the idea that she's longing for and thinking about Ezra and how he's still out there. He's lost,
Yeah.
and it's been years now at this point. He's been gone. So then in the trailer, we see this shot now live action.
Yeah.
But the mural looks like it's drawn like the animation.
It's drawn like
So
the
good.
animation, but
Yeah.
it's real.
Yeah.
So it's drawn like the animation.
Very
We
cool.
get Sabine looking at it, and Ahsoka essentially they could cut the clip, so we don't know exactly if it's the same like shot for shot.
Mhm.
But Ahsoka coming up, and the idea basically is that they recreated that animated moment and
Could be.
made it live
Could
action.
be a good place to
potentially.
start.
But yeah, and that ends with them talking about like he's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
So it ended Rebels at the time, which I guess it's still end of Rebels, but now they're
Mhm.
continuing the story.
Yeah.
That was the end of Rebels, but they teased it like there's still potential for more storytelling, and now we're getting it. Any other moments, big moments from the trailer? Because I know Joe mentioned moments.
Yeah. I just like to point out that Thrawn's head's the wrong shape. You know, it's all right.
He doesn't have as prominent cheekbones.
He doesn't. He wears his cheekbones. Why is he more round, not as pointy headed?
Why is he so blue?
Why is he so blue?
That's Avatar blue. He should be more.
That's
He should be more.
blue.
Why
It's the
so
wrong
blue?
shade of blue.
Right.
Yeah, I think
live
he
action
looks
Thrawn,
great.
though?
I think he looks awesome.
Live action
And
Thrawn's gonna be.
Yeah.
how can anybody tell too if of like one like he's stepping in like dark lighting and stepping into a shot, and that's the first time we see him. It's like
Yeah.
okay, you can't even tell.
No.
It's the same actor. It's gonna be great.
We get spinning Inquisitor sabers. Clearly,
Mm.
Yeah,
they're gonna be
Yeah.
flying around.
gonna be
They
flying.
might be flying around.
Maybe. And the mystery Inquisitor. We don't know who that is.
Right.
I think there was a
Yeah.
name. Was it Morak or Morik or something that was going
Mor-
around potentially
Oh,
as a
Mordor.
rumored name for this mysterious Inquisitor? But
wow.
I don't know. What did you guys think about? You mentioned Sabine training. What did you think about the moments we see in the trailer with the lightsaber and fighting?
Oh, I love it. Well, and that
Excite.
for sure. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But then my daughter was like, "Is that Lothal? That's the same path they were on."
Oh, yeah.
That's what
It
I was
is.
thinking. I'm
It's
like,
Lothal.
They're
Yeah.
right there. I thought
Oh.
that was really cool.
This
She's
is
riding
so
the
great.
bike down
I
there.
loved
can.
seeing the animated
all this stuff come to
locations
life.
that we've seen
Yeah.
now live
Yeah.
action.
Right. Yeah.
Like not just the characters. Obviously, the characters are great. Chopper looks great. Like
Yeah.
everything looks great. But it's one thing getting the characters, another thing actually getting the like
Locations.
Lothal, and
Right.
getting that
There
like
they are.
highway system basically.
It's amazing.
Same speeder bikes.
Yeah.
We got the same. What were they? B wings or something
Yeah.
like that are flying by.
Mm.
Dude, I love it.
do we
I
get the
love it.
little, Seattle Space Needle looking tall building? Whatever
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah.
the name of that was in Rebels. but
Yeah.
they were. I think this is where Ezra hung out. He had all his helmets and everything at the top of the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
right.
show the ship flying over top as Sabine's looking out,
Mm.
which is the same shot they show in for both
Yeah.
for Ezra when he's young
Yep.
and he's
Yeah.
longing for like a better society. And then they show that clip again at the end of Rebels once Lothal is restored
Mm-hmm.
too. But now it's Sabine looking out and basically doing the same thing, longing for Ezra. I thought it was interesting how there was just so much in this trailer, but Sabine, the lightsaber, fighting one of these dark Jedi, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's reaching her arm out, and
We are not Jedi.
her response was, "You have no power."
Have no power.
I'm like, oh man, like
Because she's trying stuff.
it's like, is she? Is there
Right.
any?
Yeah.
Well, let me just ask you: is there any possibility Sabine has any sort of force sensitivity?
I don't know.
Hey,
I would
it surrounds all living beings. Who's to
I would
you
say
can't
this.
just-
I would say if you look at the scale of Star Wars, I think there's a wider spectrum than we've been given privy to. It's not full on Jedi. It's not zero. I think there are people in
Like the I am
one
one with the Force. The Force is with me.
bingo.
Yeah.
Rogue One was the perfect example.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
conscious of it, and actually, it appears that they're able to harness it at some level, but not like
They're able to trust in it almost,
Yeah.
almost like having faith. Like he walks out blind,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and knows like I'm not gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Almost having faith
That's
in
right.
the Force, but he's not actually wielding it.
he's not.
Yeah.
And I, in a sense, if you're gifted with the Force, like we talk about midichlorian count, we push that aside a little bit. But if you're gifted with this high force ability,
Yeah.
to me, it almost puts you in a Superman category.
Yeah.
The Superman Batman argument, where I argue Batman's the better superhero because he does all of it without
yeah,
Right.
being able to fly, without being
Yeah.
super strong. So, in a sense, if she becomes a Jedi without like a really deep sensitivity to the Force, that's
Mhm.
really special.
It is.
Right.
It almost reminds me. And before I say it, I wanted Mike's in the chat.
Oh,
Mike says hello from Boston. Goodwill Hunting, the
Boston.
town, Fenway Park,
You
Matt
like
Damon, Ben
apples?
Affleck.
you like apples?
Beans.
He's just commenting.
I got a number. How do you like them
Boston.
apples? Yeah.
Boston.
Yo,
Beans.
yo, Ted, let's go down to Fenway Park. Yo, Ted, Thunderbody's for life. Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
I love the. I don't even remember what I was gonna say now. Oh, the lightsaber.
Yeah.
What you were touching on, it's almost like more impressive that if she could become this
Yeah. Do it
guiltless
anyway.
wielder of a lightsaber, a Jedi weapon, without being force sensitive.
Mhm.
It almost makes me think of like Sam taking the mantle for like Captain America.
Mm.
Like Captain America had the super serum. He was a
Yeah, he was the guy.
superhero. But then he's gone.
Stepping into
and
it
now
without
it's
it.
Sam's like taking on
Just a dude.
yeah, Falcon's like
Wow.
I'm not a superhero.
But I'm gonna
He had
be-
chances basically to take the serum and he
Yeah.
denied it. He's like I don't need that. But
Mm,
it was more of a character thing, and then it became like take on the shield, represent what it is, like you can do it without it basically. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the Sabine taking on the lightsaber, taking on the training of Ahsoka, even though she isn't force sensitive, at least as far as we've seen. But I do think it's interesting that they're like taunting us as the audience in the trailer,
Right.
but also her of like you have no power.
Yeah.
But I think it will become like she has power outside of the Force.
Yeah.
Like there's power that can be found outside of the Force. Her will to survive, to fight for what she believes in, those types of things. But
Is it a little sidetrack? Is the irony not lost on Robert Downey Jr. when he says to Spider-Man, "If you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it"?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, "Wait a minute, are you seriously saying that to me?" Okay, sorry.
I guess he's in his mind he's thinking back to his conversation with
if-
Cap and says, "What are you without the suit?" And he says, "Playboy billionaire,
Genius,
genius,
Playboy.
I don't know, genius,
philanthropist.
genius billionaire."
I just
Playboy
wanted
philanthropist,
Tommy to
so-
go. All right, let's take the suits off and go right now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Because without the suit, I'm still Spider-Man.
Without the suit, I'm still super strong, and I'm still.
All right, sorry.
I'm still a
Ahsoka,
superhero.
Sabine, we're on the wrong.
Without the suit, I'm still climbing
I can
walls.
still do everything I do it for,
That is true.
except for this. Yeah. So Sabine with the saber.
Yeah.
Sabine's always been one of my favorite characters, and I always
I love
thought there
it.
was
I love
something
it.
going on there between her and Ezra that never quite
Yeah.
played out. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
felt like more than brother. Like it felt something was there.
Yeah. And I
Maybe
got that
that'll-
even more so with the way the show ended of her
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
being the one pushing like he's
Exa-
out there. Like,
exactly.
we got to go
Yeah.
get him.
Yeah.
Plus just her character every character in Rebels is so great and I hope we
Right.
get some good stuff in
All of 'em.
Ahsoka, but I really was not expecting how
No, it's
centric they made Sabine in
Absolutely.
this trail, at least in the trail. Like it
It's
looks like
Ahsoka,
she's
but
going to be a huge part of the show.
Yeah.
Like more so than the other
Yeah.
characters potentially.
feels more like a Rebels continuation.
Yeah.
The way they're doing it.
Yeah.
I guess Hera's in there a lot too.
Hera's in there. Will we see some Zeb? Maybe.
Zeb.
I think we might. I think we'll see him just
Yeah.
to so that we can get the Rebels all in the
Yeah.
show. But
Right.
but I don't know how much he'll be in it.
We get a tap on the shoulder. It's Carson Teva. Come on, we gotta go.
We
Yeah.
gotta.
It'll be
Gotta go.
him and Mando. And then
Gotta
because
get my
Mando's
loo run.
That's
now
right.
rocking with Zeb.
That's
it's gonna be
right.
him and Mando, and then
Exactly.
him, Mando, Grogu. and then that's
Man.
it.
What did Mike say? Did he have a? Did he
I
have
mean,
a
you
thought?
don't have
He said Red
27
Sox.
vision?
Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Just keeping it
Boston.
on track. I
But
like it.
yeah, there's so many things. I love the I saw somebody pointed out too the signet that's on Sabine's like shoulder and Ahsoka's shoulders like blade like shoulder things
Oh.
are the logo that are on the like Clone Wars era, Republic ships.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Wow.
thought that was interesting.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
But
That's cool.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I haven't even had enough time to really go break down the trailer and
Yeah.
see
I
everything.
watched it like 4 times.
but man, there's just so much good things. I noticed it looks almost like a star map of like where they're at with that thing that
Yeah.
goes around and that she's like
Holding it.
holding the galaxy or like
Yeah.
like basically. And when I saw that, and I saw this going around online too, but my first thought was that looks just like the star map from like Knights of the Old Republic. Like not
when it would
not in a
come up.
not in a sense that like you're inside it like
Yeah.
they were in here,
Mm.
but the actual design of what the map kind of looked like
It might be.
looked a lot like this opening of the star map in Knights of the
Mhm.
Republic. So it looks like they're grabbing things from all these different Star
It's gonna
Wars,
be cool.
mediums and pulling
Yeah.
it in. Which of course leave it to Filoni to be able to
Put it
pull
all
all
together.
these things.
So we definitely get the adversary from the Jedi episode of Mando. I can't remember her name.
Oh, the magistrate, whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
Did they give her a
Working
name
for
or is it just
Thrawn.
magistrate?
I don't know.
working for Thrawn.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get her in there. Do we know who the guy with the white beard is? Do we know that character?
I
His
think we
name?
have a name. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think we have a
Okay.
name, but not character we've seen before.
He's a
Yeah.
cool baddie.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got a cool vibe.
and the woman too.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the scene of her coming in with the saber looked pretty
Oh,
sweet.
man.
Like the choreography of actually he's got a cool hallway scene too in
Mhm.
the first
He does.
trailer. The first trailer they showed.
Vader-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're like these not Jedi, not Inquisitor, dark,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, right.
No one knows.
Not working for Vader. It looks like they're
Yeah.
doing their own
Hot
Yeah.
thing.
take.
Mhm.
Ezra went off the deep end. He's the leader of them.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Dude.
Ezra turns.
Ezra's
Mm.
just chilling in the world between worlds, sending
Will
out these
Filoni
people.
Ever do
It's
that?
like, try it again. It's like Groundhog's Day. Like, you messed it up. Try it again.
If he turned when this the journey back.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen.
No.
I feel like with the way the trailer set it up, it feels. The show's called Ahsoka. And
Right.
Like, should have been called like Sabine or Rebels. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like what is-
Rebels.
like it feels.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they tie in
More rebels.
as much Rebels with what the trailer is making it feel like it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
when
Yeah.
it's the Ahsoka show.
I think it'll be Rebels heavy.
Yeah.
I think it will. I think it'll be Rebels heavy with Ahsoka leading the charge because she's the one that can combat these
Mhm.
villains.
Yeah.
So she's the one they need more than anybody,
Mhm.
just because of her strength in the Force.
Man.
So, but
I love
I
some.
think it'll be all the rebels.
I mean, this was true in Rebels, but now we have some strong female leads for the show. I think that's great.
yeah,
I mean, they're driving the. I love it.
yeah.
It's awesome.
And Rosario Dawson's has been great so far
Yeah.
as Ahsoka, and I follow a lot
She
of the
has
stuff
been.
online too, and how much she loves the character, and just the back and forth that the encounter she's had with Ashley Eckstein and them talking about
Mhm.
the character and how much it means to both of them. It's
Mhm.
cool. It's cool
Yeah.
to see. Mike said, I think Thrawn looks awesome, and the whole trailer looks very cinematic. Looks like they went all out. I wonder what the budget is for this. That's true. I'm curious what the budget is because I thought it looked great.
You think it's
Mhm.
gonna feel as cinematic and huge as Andor?
I think
Andor felt like a
Andor
long
felt-
movie,
Andor
in
felt big.
a great way.
Mhm.
Great way.
Huge way.
This
Huge way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this it's hard to tell. I think there might be more special effects maybe in this.
Yeah.
But man, I think based off the trailer, it's hard to tell. But I thought the
Right.
trailer looked great, so I could see it being. I think they maybe learned their lesson a little bit with Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I love the show, it came off to me like clearly the budget was less
Mm-hmm.
than some of the, especially than Andor. Andor highest budget they had, and it showed.
Yeah.
It looked great. So maybe they are putting more in towards us. Maybe they put more in towards Ahsoka. Plus, with Filoni like running the helm on this, like I could see them putting more towards it. I don't know what the budget is though. I'd be curious to find out.
I don't know what it was. Seems larger than others.
Mike said, also, I'm hoping that those Dark Jedi characters stay bad throughout and aren't redeemed. Love the redemption stories, but this would be a great change of pace.
Give me happy stuff.
That's true. It feels like everything ends up being redemption, which I guess is kind of the theme of Star Wars. There's always hope and not letting. But, Dooku wasn't redeemed, and Maul wasn't redeemed, and Palpatine wasn't redeemed. So, yeah, it would be cool to kind of see them stay their path and how, like, basically loyal to Thrawn to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
I also, based off the trailer, am extremely curious on what this power is that they think they're going to get with Thrawn. Even Ahsoka says, like, if Thrawn, wins, or if Thrawn, I forget exactly what she says, but basically, like, everything will be bad or doomed or whatever. I don't remember the verbiage she used, but it made it sound like he's after something, and if he's able to accomplish this, it's like tragic. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to see what his mission is.
Be. One thing I don't know why I didn't think of this before. We have two. Of course, we have Ahsoka and the Rebels, but then we have two warring factions on the evil side as well. Because Vader and Thrawn doesn't look like they're working together. Vader's got his own thing with Inquisitors that are there. And I'm guessing Thrawn has his own thing with his people that are there. Both of them would be looking for Ahsoka.
Right.
I'm also curious.
But I would bet that they're both seeking the power.
Yeah.
But they're both split. Right?
Yeah, I'm so curious.
Because mainly Vader's looking for,
Do we know the time frame?
We don't know.
This is?
We don't know, but as we're moving through World Between Worlds, you're going to have.
Yeah.
Well,
not maybe on the same trajectory.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
I wonder if they'll do that. I mean, Hayden Christensen's confirmed to be in this. So is it possible we see an encounter, either World Between Worlds or an encounter of Ahsoka against Vader? Like, Ahsoka is now, World Between Worlds is seeing the encounter of her and Vader that we saw in the Sith Temple.
Wow.
Or, like, is it something like that? Or is it, are we going to get finally the conversation of Force Ghost Anakin talking to Ahsoka about how he was redeemed, and Ahsoka basically getting that closure of understanding, like, he wasn't ever truly gone, that Luke was able to get to him, and kind of I would love to see that conversation. I don't know how that would play out, but that would be cool for Ahsoka's character, who's gone through so much.
Just a little bit.
Leaving the Order, her master becoming the worst person in the world, a lot of things.
Feeling responsible because she wasn't there anymore.
Feeling responsible, she wasn't there. Do
you think they're gonna do? Because I know, like in the trailer, they she talks about when she left the Order, right, in that kind of time frame. Do you think they're gonna have any flashbacks to like that trial when it's like her and Anakin and
that'd be
council
cool.
and whatever her name is, Barriss?
Yeah.
Little dirty rat.
A lot of people hoping that
cool.
Barriss will be in this too.
That'd be cool.
Barriss.
I have no idea. If we do World Between Worlds, it could go anywhere.
Right.
It could go anywhere. Or even just flashbacks. Even if they didn't do World Between Worlds, but they did flashbacks or something, it could go anywhere.
Our people probably know. World Between Worlds was in Rebels. Ezra was at this Sith temple, and he was able to figure out a code to get in, and when he got inside, he found these pathways that were crossing. And at the end of each was like a gateway. He could look through there and see moments in history. Yeah. And he was able to interact with them, and it was learned. He was able to actually pull Ahsoka out of a battle with Vader, and they had and there's a debate whether or not it was the right thing to do. Yeah. He also saw his master die. He was also at the moment where Kanan died, and he realized the lesson was that some things have to happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Because there's a greater purpose.
If he saved Kanan, they all would have died.
They all would have died. So that's playing a large part of the show,
Right.
And that would allow us to basically look through different moments in time.
Yeah.
So
But it was used as a way also for Palpatine was trying to basically
Use that
get
to
a
go-
hold of it and use it as
Right.
a way to get control of
I'm
everything.
Right.
wondering if that's not part of what Thrawn is doing.
And that's why it's so tragic.
He's able to harness that again.
That's
And
what he's seeking after.
yeah.
Or like he's
And if
looking
they're
for the
able to-
gateway or
If
something.
they're able to achieve that, that would be he could go and undo everything.
Yeah. Undo
Mm.
Palpatine's fall.
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Man. Yeah,
Mm.
it could be
Do
crazy.
we get a little palpy in here?
Palp? I don't
A
know.
little voice,
Ooh.
a
I'm
little
gonna-
hologram maybe.
I'm going to
Good.
guess that we don't.
Kill him.
I'm going to guess that we don't.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I mean, I'd put money on no too. That'd be pretty sick. Just
yeah.
you know.
I mean, I'll always take it.
Oh yeah.
I'll always take it.
Give me more of my boy Sheev.
Sheev. My
What a
boy
name.
Sheev. First off, why is he your boy?
Well, we don't talk about that, but
Mike said, to be clear, I'm pro redemption. I always have been and always will be. I've been pro redemption before it was even cool to be.
Hey,
It was even cool to
I'm
be
in favor
pro
of
redemption.
redemption. I
But
don't.
I
I don't want
also
people to
give,
turn to the dark side. You know.
But also, give me some real nasty baddies for our rebels to go
Yeah,
against.
Go kill
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the sabers and whatnot.
Because what good is a goodie without a baddie?
You gotta have a baddie. And wigs.
that's a shirt right there.
And
And
wigs.
sabers.
And wigs.
Vader.
Oh, man. That's good.
Mm.
To get everybody caught up, let's just we can do a quick or semi-quick
Mm-hmm.
kind of recap.
Ahsoka
Get
summary.
Ahsoka
Ahsoka summary.
summary.
A summary.
I love it.
A summary.
A summary.
A summary Oka.
Yeah, I'm gonna downvote that. It's
A
nice.
summary
A
Oka.
karaoke
That's-
summer.
Yeah, it's all downvote for me, dog.
I love it.
That's a
Candy
no
coated
for me.
karaoke summer. Ahsoka summary.
We can keep going.
Trust me. I can keep
we
going.
we got
Keep
all
going.
night.
Just give a little recap of kind of her character, where she's been. This could be as a refresher for those who have seen Clone Wars and
Mhm.
Rebels in preparation for the Ahsoka show, or if you haven't seen it and you don't have necessarily all the time because you want to start the show, the Ahsoka series when it comes out next month. It's
Because they do have
opportunity.
Ahsoka Essentials.
Ahsoka Essentials.
do.
I didn't make that up.
Exactly.
Disney
And Light of
did.
the Jedi.
Yeah.
Born.
That's right.
Boom.
Forest. Big scary. Ship her off. Chop chop.
Yeah.
Leave. We're here.
I was gonna challenge
was
Nate.
good.
Could you do a Robin
Uh-oh.
Williams style summary of the Wizard of Oz? Could you do
yeah.
Could you do a Robin Williams style summary of the Ahsoka storyline?
Or I'll just do Robin Williams.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Oh, where's Vader?
Ahsoka. 10,000 years in the world between worlds will give you such a crank in the neck. Oh, yes. You ain't never had a friend like me. Oh. I'm not even giving a summary.
Was that Will Ferrell doing? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No.
yes.
Oh, yeah. No, you were gonna give him a little backstory on
A little back scratch.
A little back scratch. A little back scratch on Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
First seen in the Clone Wars movie. Big,
Boo.
big. Boo. Boo.
I don't want to boo, but
No, it was. It didn't get good press.
Did
It
not.
didn't get good press. In fact, Ahsoka specifically did not get good press and had a lot of hate at the
critics
time.
were unkind.
Very unkind to Ahsoka's character. Anakin having a Padawan came out of nowhere.
Right.
But George said, we're going to keep the story going because I know what we have. And he did. He and Filoni went on, created the Clone Wars show, animated show, and they followed mainly Anakin and Obi-Wan, but
Mhm.
Ahsoka becoming a big part of that. And by the end of the show,
Was that on
The
like
main
Disney
character.
X or something?
it's like Disney XD or something
yeah,
like
XD,
that.
that was it.
For
yeah.
a while, yeah. And yeah, Ahsoka, young Padawan, we've probably seen from an age standpoint. She's probably one of the characters we've seen, maybe other than Anakin,
Mhm.
from pretty almost beginning to well, yeah, we saw her in
Anakin, yeah.
Tales of the Jedi. We
Yep.
saw her birth,
Mhm.
basically, or
It's true.
yeah, So
She's baby Ahsoka.
baby Ahsoka. So yeah, Ahsoka, strong in the Force, becomes Anakin's Padawan. You guys already know that part probably already.
Calls him Sky Guy. He
calls
her
him Sky
Snips.
Guy. Calls her
Snips.
Snips. She goes through quite a few lightsaber sets, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So single green, double blue, double white.
Double
now
white.
is what we're seeing. But yeah, go on lots of missions, become very close, learns a lot from Anakin, but also learns some things of probably what not to do.
Just a few.
Gets to the point where there's a big falling out between her and the Order, the Jedi
She's
Order.
wrongly accused.
Accused of a crime, and the Council was quick to basically punish her, essentially, or at least, put her in timeout, so to speak.
Right.
Anakin wasn't too fond of it, obviously, because he thought the Council was too quick to their decision on that.
Yeah.
And it lost, for Ahsoka, lost her trust in the Council.
Mm-hmm.
And so after all this kind of goes down, she feels that it's best for her to walk away from the Jedi Order. She leaves. And obviously just another tragic moment for Anakin, because this is someone that basically a daughter of his that he's been training and taking up, and to see his Padawan now leave the Order was difficult. But he also maybe understood a little bit, because they didn't trust her, or they didn't trust her, and she lost kind of faith in the Jedi Order. So she leaves and becomes basically a wandering Jedi, kind of what we see in some of the High Republic novels, that you can leave the Order but still be a light side Jedi, still stick to some of the morals and values, but goes on and then joins, fast forward a good amount, joins the Rebels group. This is after the Clone Wars has ended. She joins up with the Rebels and becomes under the codename Fulcrum. She gets, which I wonder if we'll get that in the show.
That'd be pretty sweet.
She becomes Fulcrum, this secret identity, basically, because obviously Inquisitors, as we're seeing, are after her.
Yeah.
She ends up having a running into with Vader, not knowing that Anakin's alive. All she sensed was how cold and dark he was, until they finally had their encounter in a Sith temple, with Maul actually present as well, at least for the first part of that.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka confronts Vader, and in their battle slashes his helmet the same way we see in the Kenobi series, with Obi-Wan does to Vader as well. So they actually got that idea from Rebels. And she tries one last effort to bring Anakin back to the light, and he doesn't fall for it. He tries to destroy her, and in that moment, she attacks him, and right before she gets struck down, Ezra, World Between Worlds, kind of sucks her out of that moment in time, only for her to say, this is kind of wrong. I need to go back to where I was. So then she just goes right back to where she was. Vader's already gone at that point, and she's now back where she was and continues living on. Fast forward, Ezra now this is a pretty quick summary, kind of.
Well,
for the whole show.
Yeah.
All of her character. Ezra and Thrawn have a big battle at the end of Rebels, in which Ezra and the Purgles, aka Space Whales, have the ability to jump hyperspace, jump into hyperspeed and go through travel through hyperspace, and they do. Ezra calls them with the Force basically to latch onto their ship. They jump. Now the catch is, when they do this, you don't know where they're going, so there's no way of tracking them. Ezra and Thrawn jump out into basically the outer rim, so to speak, where nobody knows where they're at, as an effort from Ezra to save the rest of his rebels and get Thrawn out of their way. So he does that. The show kind of wraps up with what we kind of saw a little bit in the trailer, and we already discussed. Sabine looking at the mural, longing to go out and find where Ezra is, and Ahsoka now caught up to the Mando timeline, where she is confronting, what's her name? Magistrate to about
we can call her Maggie.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Maggie. Maggie.
It's got a G.
Yeah,
Maggie.
I like it. Confronts Maggie and says the line we all saw, where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone went,
boom. Now we all know you're kind of caught up. Ahsoka is now after Thrawn essentially,
Yeah.
and that's where the show is going.
Nuts and bolts. Ahsoka is I think my
Solid.
favorite
Her character arc is so great.
Jedi.
There's
So
a
we-
lot of underground stuff she
Yeah.
does while she's kind of on
Yeah.
the run and away from the Order. There's just
Yeah.
so much to her character. The Ahsoka book's a great one. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's
Honestly,
the audiobook
solid.
is Ashley Eckstein, so it's great.
Yeah.
And it explains how she gets her white sabers, so
Yeah.
it's cool.
The audiobook, for me, I was like, because, I don't know, I had done like 2 audiobooks prior, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, they were good, okay. I was like, if it's a good reader, I'm like, it makes a big
So
difference.
Ashley,
Oh, yeah.
And then it was actually, and I was like, dude, I
okay.
feel like I'm just like, just pop on the headphones and just lay back. I was like, I feel like I'm just
I know.
listening to like Clone Wars right now. Like, it was
I
so
literally got the book
fantastic.
because she did the
Yeah.
did the
cool. I'm
audiobook.
Look
And
it
so I
up.
was like, oh, this is great. And I'm like, you can close your eyes and just like visualize like that style.
That's
and
so
you're like, this
good.
feels like a whole extra. It was short.
Yeah,
Six
she
It
has some
was.
encounters with Inquisitors.
She does.
She does.
It was
Yeah.
on Kindle Unlimited. It was if you have Amazon.
I
Kindle.
just
Yeah.
it
you-
was on there for
you
free.
can
if
find
you
it
pay
on the
for
internet
that.
for free too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some website had it.
Really? Yeah. I don't know about the audio. That would just be the book, but yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. I like that book. Hey, nice job on the recap, Doug. Let's go.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you missed. I highly recommend if you can squeeze in at least Rebels before the Ahsoka series starts. If you have enough time to somehow fit in at least
You
the
can do it.
essentials from Clone Wars,
You can do it.
go for it. But highly recommend Rebels, considering this is a continuation of that.
Well,
series.
the
Yeah.
reasons for her lightsabers are there, but I think it's symbolic of her purity as
yeah,
she's just solid. Like, if you're looking for a Jedi to do the right thing,
that's what. Yeah,
you got Yoda, and
Yeah.
even him, not always, but you,
even him. He said he failed. And
yeah. Ahsoka seems pretty. She's just solid.
yeah.
It's gonna be
You're
fun.
right. She. I think that's a perfect way to put it. It really is symbolic to her purity of just morally, but decision making and
And the code, the Jedi code is rigid. Ahsoka seems to embody it. Like, she seems to intuit the right meaning of the Jedi
Yeah.
code.
yeah.
Understanding the attachment, those things are there. It's not they forbid it, but she just has a good balance. She seems to understand it innately,
She seems to understand it.
like a
in
representation of the Jedi code, because even
Yeah.
better than they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She left the order, but she was right. It's the failures of the Jedi in the Clone Wars. Ahsoka wouldn't be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I don't know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, she
She's a
would.
good
She
character.
wouldn't.
She's
Yeah.
a good character.
All
She's
the
a great,
rules
great
and
character.
codes and texts and everything were like, okay, this is how it should work, right? And then she's like, it's just the embodiment of that.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is just like the people side of it. It's like a little,
Mm-hmm.
kind
Yeah.
of falls off a little bit. And then
Yeah.
all the
Mm-hmm.
wacky people and throwing people on the bus, being like,
Yeah.
Ahsoka did it. And it's like, "Pff, really?
Right.
Even just like,
Like, it was so fast too. They're like, yup.
Right.
You're
I
like,
know.
wow.
Just like you're saying, everything about her character. One of the moments I really like, which is a sad moment, but it is a good example of her character, is when we in the new season, the newest season, when they brought the Clone Wars back, and they're showing us the perspective of Order 66.
Mm.
Yes.
And her essentially saving Rex after Rex
She wouldn't give up on him.
turning on her.
Yep.
And basically tries to kill her and wouldn't give up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't able to save everybody, but was able to save Rex in time to get out. And Rex basically tells her, like, we gotta go take them all on. Like, and these are his brothers.
we gotta
He's
take
like,
'em
these are my
out.
brothers, but they're not.
Right.
Something's happened. They're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take them down. And Ahsoka's response is, these soldiers they'll all die today, but they're not going to die from me.
Mm-hmm.
They won't die by my hand. Like,
It was the two of them, and there were hundreds. that
yeah,
had to
there's
get
hundreds,
out.
and
Yeah.
and she's a Jedi. She could go out and
Mhm.
try and get free, but she was like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it escaping
Yeah.
Mhm.
in
We're
a
not
way
gonna
that
kill
we're
'em.
not
Mhm.
harming any of them from us. It will be
Mhm.
because of their own downfall, basically,
Yep.
and taking the ship down.
When that happened,
great
didn't
moment.
Rex, wasn't his like connection to Ahsoka supposed to like slow down his like chip or something? Didn't he like say he's like, I feel something that I can't control, and he like starts aiming his gun, but he like
Yeah, he was
hesitates or
like
something.
shaking and
Yeah, because he was like
Like
something
he's
was
trying to
like
snap
his-
out of
right,
it.
Yeah, because like his bond was so strong
yeah,
that it was like over, and that was cool.
yeah.
And I like that. 'Cause
I
everyone
like
was
that
just
it
like,
showed the.
"Alright."
I like that it
Others didn't
showed the
question.
struggle. I like
Yeah.
that it showed the struggle of like mentally they're like I know this is wrong, but like the order
Like
is
I
like
literally I
making
can't
me do
not
it.
do this right now.
Yeah.
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 Crazy,
Yeah. That's cool. I don't know.
crazy.
Cool
Yeah.
little moment.
Mike says, "Hold up, Joe is boys with palps. Did we properly vet him before letting him join the crew? Yikes."
Man.
What? Is that what I said? That's not what I meant.
Yeah, we're boys. We'll
We're
save that
boys.
story for. We'll save that.
Yeah,
for
we'll
a
say that
different
story. Yeah.
time.
Just a couple
He
of-
just comes
just
in
a
all
couple-
black robes next time.
Just a couple of nab boys.
Nab boys.
Yeah.
The Naboo boys. The Nab
Nab
boys.
boys.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are there any moments from not the trailer, but Ahsoka moments from either Clone Wars, Rebels that like are some of your guys' favorite moments?
You just named one. I always loved the moment when Anakin gave her the sabers. I just
Yeah.
thought that was
yeah.
special because we know what's coming.
That was the last time they saw each
Last
other.
time we saw, we know what's coming, but
Yeah.
like it's just
Right.
heartbreaking.
Aw.
Gives her the 2 new blue ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then she promptly
it's a
buries
good
him.
moment. And then
Yeah.
of course all the clones line up with Ahsoka's marks on. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
that was
gonna
so
go with
cool.
her. It's like that.
He
was
gives part of his
so
battalion.
cool. He does.
He gives part of the 501st to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though she's gonna go off, he sends her off. It's
Yeah.
cool.
The way that whole thing went down, where like I'm like Order 66 is happening basically right at the same time, essentially that
Yeah.
the battle on Mandalore is happening and
Mhm.
Ahsoka's there.
Mhm.
It's like this is stuff we've heard about.
Right.
But
Right.
now we're actually seeing it happen, and Ahsoka's there helping them, and
Mhm.
Mandalorians are fighting, and it's crazy. Yeah.
It's awesome. That's one of my favorites.
I was gonna say one of the moments I really like too is just her and Maul there at the end.
Yeah.
And both of them specifically, but one, Ahsoka having a hard time because, well, I'll say this first. One, Maul putting all the pieces together and understanding. Wait a second, Anakin, because
Mhm.
Maul throughout Clone Wars and Rebels, you find out is a genius. Like
Yeah.
he's like a Thrawn like
Yeah.
mastermind and sort of being able to because he knows enough about Palpatine's plan
Mm-hmm.
as being with him.
Yeah.
So he knew enough, but he says he didn't tell me the plan. He didn't tell me everything, but I knew that there was
Mhm.
stuff going on. So knowing that, he was able to put all these different pieces together and basically figure out Anakin is
Mhm.
the one.
Dude, when he's in
Told her.
yeah,
She's
when
and
he's
told
in
her,
the-
and she's like, he would never do that.
No way.
the Jedi containment box or whatever, and
yeah.
he's sitting there and he's like, it's like, even I never saw this. He's like, this is so genius.
Yeah.
Like, you could, again, he's like piecing
Right.
everything together. He was like, it's not Ahsoka.
And when the clones turn and
Maul-
Ahsoka actually
just the
lets
Maul
Maul go.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets his hallway scene. She's like having some fun. He's like,
Mhm.
oh, I will. Starts going ham with
Yeah.
I don't know,
Mhm.
piece of the wall or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, the door.
The door. Yeah. So cool.
Man, now I gotta
Oh,
go
that whole,
rewatch
like-
these
I gotta
episodes.
go back and watch them.
That whole, how they did the, like the mocap for all the lightsaber fighting. And everything.
Yeah,
Dude.
Amazing.
the mocap.
And like the dialogue and everything, like
It's
leading
pretty
up to it,
amazing.
kind of throughout and afterwards, like
It looks
I think
so
it was just
good.
like 2 full episodes, whatever the end of the Clone Wars. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
like
was so
finale part
good.
1, part 2.
yeah,
Dude,
it was
Mhm.
so good. Just all of that was
Yeah, the Ahsoka Maul, like the 2 characters that at first were kind of side characters end up becoming the main characters
yeah,
of Clone Wars.
Mhm.
By the end, it's Ahsoka as the main character and
Yeah.
Maul
Yeah.
as the main villain,
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
basically, and they're telling these parallel stories and where they end up meeting is it's just wild.
yeah. Maul's a cool character. I mean, obviously, bad
Yeah.
guy.
This
Cool.
guy first Palps, now Maul.
Perhaps
Hey,
Maul.
no,
This
not boys
guy
with
over here.
Maul.
Let me guess, your
Ah.
team Thrawn.
Oh, come on. Throw on. I like that dialogue she has when she says people don't understand how kind he was.
Yeah.
When she's thinking back on Anakin,
Yeah.
though he was the best of us, that whole thing's like,
Yeah.
wow.
He was the best of us.
hard cut to when he's chopping up the what's the
Yeah.
what's the guy who's like with his little spider side teeth? Oh, he had the little octopus logo on the ships. Oh my gosh, this is driving me nuts.
I don't know who he's
Hang
talking
on,
about.
hang on. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, look it up.
Look it up. Look it up. Yeah.
It
no,
shows you the power the power of the don't know the power of the dark side. That it's not him. It's just not him.
Yeah,
It seizes you. It takes you.
it does, and I
It's the
think
ring.
Kenobi
Loses
laid
you.
that out very well
It did.
with the dialogue of him saying,
difference.
"You didn't kill
Mhm.
Anakin Skywalker. I did."
Mhm.
As in, even he sees himself as Anakin is gone.
That's right.
That person
Yeah.
is dead. I killed him.
There's no more.
It really is two different people.
He's got it.
General Trench. This guy.
This guy, Trench,
Chad Trench.
General Trench.
Yeah, no,
that's
cut.
right.
You know, Anakin. He was so
Team
kind.
Trench.
Cut to when he just like straight tortures that guy.
Yeah,
It's like,
Right.
I'm a kill. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of those moments where you're like, I don't know, what would I do? I remember that.
Sky guy.
Sky guy.
Because a couple
Snips.
things you do, like you go, man, you're gonna save people. If you don't do it, people are gonna die.
Yeah.
If you do it, it's not right, but
Yeah,
it's tricky.
yeah.
I remember that.
Man, there's just so much to get into with this show. I can't wait. And if you had any, hesitancies or worries before this trailer, I think any of that for me at least was gone. This trailer was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And I believe if you just jump in and watch the Ahsoka show, it's gonna enhance when you go back and watch Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
All that stuff's
Yeah.
gonna get better.
They've done a good enough job, I think, with these live actions to do it in a way that you don't have to necessarily see the other stuff, but like you're saying, it absolutely enhances the characters
Yeah.
and the dialogue and stuff
I
that
agree.
you're seeing because it just has so much more meaning to it.
Kind of what's cool about Star Wars when you first saw it is everything what we've talked about this. Everything that wasn't explained. It's like you're in the middle of the story. They don't tell you what stormtroopers are. They don't tell you what Vader is. They don't
Yeah.
tell you what these two ships are. You just are in the middle of it. So I think you could come into Ahsoka and watch it and totally enjoy it. And then
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Oh,
gonna-
for
it's
sure.
gonna fill you in. You're gonna be
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Just
mean,
be
there's stuff
immersed.
even
You
for
might even be
us who have seen those
cooler.
things. There's still these dark Jedi that we're going into. Like, I have
What
no
is that?
idea
What
who
that
these
is.
are. Who
Right.
these people are.
I
This is
know.
new. So there's going to be a lot of new stuff for everybody too. It's going to be exciting. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see
Gonna be good.
exactly what the time frame is, and if we jump around.
Or we start. Yeah.
Yeah, where we start
Feels like we might start where we.
left off with
If
Rebels.
that's where it starts with that
Yeah.
mural, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe that comes later.
It's supposed to be like the
Be a week.
Mando verse, right? And Mando
I
is
think so, but it makes me
after
wonder if
episode 6.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is this? Did they say anything about this being a one season or multiple seasons?
They have not.
Yeah. So I don't know. If it's a multiple seasons, I could see it being like here's little mini stories and little timelines. If it's one, I think they're gonna do more like the world between.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds. That one. Yeah.
War of
I
the
think we'll
Worlds.
start with
And they'll jump
just
around.
a huge, heavy action scene. Some boom. We're in
Like
the
it's
middle of
like
something.
it just opens.
We're
It's
in the
like
middle of
Ahsoka,
something.
yeah.
It's a Filoni thing. We'll be in the middle of a battle or something.
We'll start with a ship flying over.
and then we'll come back to
Could
those
be.
moments. I'll bet you.
Come back to the like starting with Ahsoka in the middle of a fight, like almost like Rise of Skywalker, and it's like it's Kylo on Mustafar fighting those people.
Trying to survive.
Yeah.
It's,
And it'd be like that, and then it comes back and explains what's going on.
Mhm.
Like Ahsoka in the middle of a fight, and then it comes back and it's I gotta track down my gang, my group again, get the rebels back together.
Man.
This just makes me want to watch Rebels again.
I know.
Yeah.
You're doing your recap, and I was like, that was such a good show.
I know.
It's so
I
good.
want to go home and watch
Even
it.
Clone Wars, those like finale episodes
So
of Clone
good.
Wars, and Ahsoka.
All of it's so good.
Yeah.
our,
so
our,
good.
our boy Arbs, Danny, the other day, he was going through Clone Wars again a
Yeah.
while back, and so I was hanging out with them, and we posted up and watched some 3 or 4 or something. I was like,
It's so good.
oh man,
So
it was just there's a
good.
little itch, and it's just you're like, oh, I gotta start over. I'm like, let's start over.
I know.
Man.
It's so good.
It is. It really is.
And we got the timeline bumped up a week. It was supposed to be the 30th. Now it's 23rd for
23rd
Ahsoka.
and 2-episode
2-episode
premiere.
drop.
Ooh.
Mhm.
2-episode premiere. Did they say how many? Do we know how many episodes it is,
I don't know.
Nah, I didn't hear anything.
Mike, how many?
Mike?
Mikey, Mike.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
have to look it up. I don't know if that's been announced or not. I may have missed it. I don't know, but how many episodes? I'm trying to figure out how many weeks we get to just soak in We get to
Ooh.
Soak.
We get to soak in.
Ahsoka. How long are they going to be? I want more than Mando.
I do. I'm not gonna lie. Mando is a little underwhelming with the length, at least.
Yeah.
The length.
Yeah.
Wow, I like.
We just want the content, you know. We just want as much of it as we can get.
We went 45 minutes plus. I don't know why I just randomly remembered the Jack Black and Lizzo episode. That was cool.
Because Lizzo got nominated.
Oh, she did?
She got Emmy nomination.
What?
I think. I don't know if it's real or not.
That's gotta be.
I don't know if that's real or not. I saw it going around, but I was like,
First, the Pulitzer Prize is worthless. Now the Emmys are worthless? Are you serious? What's going to be next? You're going to tell me the gold medals at the Olympics aren't actually gold?
Boo.
They're not. Spoiler alert.
Yikes. The silver is gold, though. Figure that one
Silver
out.
is gold. They're actually going to tell me The Wizard of Oz is the greatest movie ever made.
Boston, Fenway Park.
Everybody knows it's
I'm
Plan
just going
9
back
from
to
outer
Mike's
space.
comments. Yeah, that's great. Anything else? We did a
Emmy,
recap.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going to go home and check
I don't
that.
know for sure.
I'm
I'm
going to
kind
check that.
You can give her a swaggy.
We'll give her a swaggy.
We got to do our what are the Emmys?
Like now?
No, the
Today?
the nominations came out today.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we
okay,
got a
okay.
few.
I'm not sure when the actual award show is.
We
but
got to do an award show
we'll have
for
to
the
do the
Emmys.
swaggies, the
Yeah.
Star Wars guys
Mhm.
awards,
Yeah,
Star Wars award guys.
That's more like swaggas.
swaggers.
The Star Wars swagga.
Right.
That's pretty good.
The
The
swag
Skywalker
We're
awards.
playing off
swagga.
of the Dundies, but
The Swaggy
Swaggers
Awards.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, swaggy is pretty. It's a good name.
It is good. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Lizzo's on my ballot.
Yeah, she is.
For
Greatest,
least
Single-
favorite,
single
best,
episode
or
Surprise in the history of
performance.
Star Wars.
biggest surprise
Jack
cameo.
Black and Lizzo.
She definitely
Yeah.
wins for biggest surprise cameo.
Yeah.
Even
Come on.
Jack Black was big surprise.
Yeah, right.
Lizzo
Well,
was even more of a
Before
surprise
that was
for me.
Christopher Lloyd, right?
True, but in all
Yeah.
fairness, I knew that because that was announced, so I
It
knew
was?
Oh,
I knew he was going to be in somewhere
missed
in
it.
Mando.
All right.
But Jack Black and Lizzo, I did not see coming. But yeah,
And the penultimate episode was not like I did not expect that.
Yeah, that was a
yeah.
real interesting vibe.
I was gonna say, you know, we've had a little bit of a rough run. Disney's had a little bit of a rough run.
Mm.
Elemental was basically the biggest
Yeah,
animated flop ever. Indiana
Really?
Jones,
yeah,
Wow.
massive. Indiana Jones is
Massive flop.
underperformed.
yeah. I think I saw Elemental made like $5 million
It was
opening weekend.
rough.
$5 million opening weekend on like
Rough.
a $200 million movie.
I
That's-
think a
that's a-
lot is
It's a
riding.
tough L to take right there.
There was talk about Kathy Kennedy. I was reading stuff about this.
There's been a lot of rumors.
There is a lot riding on the Ahsoka show.
I think so.
I think there's a lot riding on this.
I think there's a lot riding
see.
in general right now with Disney, and
They don't know what to do.
they don't know what to do.
I don't think they have any idea what people want to see.
I don't think they do.
Unless it has the word Avatar at the beginning of the title. I don't think it
Yeah.
can't have the Flash at the beginning of the title.
They can't have.
Oh,
the
that was
Flash.
big.
So there's
big
I mean,
L.
It's just been rough
Even
for everybody.
Pixar, who has been
Pixar.
solid forever, is struggling.
I'm not sure it's the woke stuff. I think it's just a combination. Because if it's a great movie, I'm going to take my kids to see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll go to the movie.
Yeah,
We just weren't enthralled with what we
I agree. I think
Elemental. I
it's
was like, I'm not sure even what we're
it's
looking at.
something.
don't know.
I think you're right. I think it has to do with what people. I mean, these big franchises, Avatar, Star Wars, they at least have a base, regardless.
Yeah, right.
But you're right. Elemental and even this other one, Teenage Kraken, which I think was DreamWorks. I'm not sure.
That was a bomb
I think
too.
that was
I
a bomb
think.
too. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, it just feels like almost like so out there with the idea that it's not as relatable
Right,
anymore.
Right.
Like it's not like some of the old stuff. I feel like with like even Beauty and the Beast, like there was relatable because you're seeing human characters come
Right,
around.
right, right.
Even Toy Story is toys but coming to life.
Yeah.
They're, I don't know.
Maybe it's not the woke thing, but maybe it's having an effect because the story isn't the primary driver anymore.
Right.
They're considering other factors rather than just a great story doesn't feel like
Isn't
it's at
all
the
that
top of the
matters.
list.
It's not all that matters.
Right,
Yeah.
it's part
and
of
I
it.
think
Yeah,
on
I guess
top
it's
of that,
fair, but
on
it
top
could
of that
be,
too,
could be.
I could see some just content fatigue. Like I could
Just like,
totally
Because we
this is
can
another
get entertainment
show,
everywhere.
because you
another
can get it.
movie.
You can say, "Hey, I'm going to go see this," or
That's
I can wait
right.
4 months and it'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
yeah.
And if we do that enough, they'll all just be coming straight to Disney Plus because
It's
no
also
one's
like-
going to the movie theater to watch them.
$20
That's
for
true.
a
It's
movie
like-
ticket.
So it's,
well, and
it's
think about this: if it's an animated movie and I've taken my kids, it's $100 evening.
Yeah.
yeah,
If we go on Tuesday because they got a $5 thing,
It's the
Yeah.
only
And
day
and
I
we
see
get
movies.
popcorn, we're still spending $80 if I
Yeah.
take them all to the movies. So
Yeah.
it's not cheap.
I'm like, if you don't
it's like
blow
wait
me away,
3 months and it'll be on streaming. It's gone from hey I kind of want to see this movie, let's go see it anyway.
and guess what's not
to
coming
now
to
it's-
streaming? Guess what? I don't know where it's coming. The Mario movie. Where
Oh,
I
it's-
have no
Oh,
guarantee.
it's-
No,
It
it's
is.
on something
It's-
weird.
It's on
Right.
Is it Prime
no,
or Hulu
No.
or something? It's something like
not
not a
Peacock.
standard one.
Is it?
But you know what I mean, though, right?
It is.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure exactly.
Yeah.
I know where Elemental's going to end up.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not sure about Mario. Like, will
Yeah.
it? It might.
Right.
So I took
And
Eli to see that.
I
but-
do think some of it's marketing as well. Obviously, a Christopher Nolan movie's coming out. Oppenheimer. I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
a
think-
big movie.
Mhm.
It feels like they're also making a big deal out of it. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be a huge movie. We have no idea. It could be terrible. But
Yeah.
the basis of how much hype is around it has people going. But it's also, I mean, it's Christopher Nolan.
Do you think there's anything to the fact that we're telling stories from history? Does that have anything to
So
do
they're
with
like,
it?
oh, this actually happened.
I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe not.
That would be
Although
interesting.
I'm interested to see how the Barbie movie does too,
Mhm.
because
that's a
like how it
historical.
performs.
That's a historical
That's
fiction.
historical. There's
like
obviously a lot of
George
relatability.
Washington.
People grow, yeah.
Barbie.
But growing up with Barbie, like people that grew up,
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are interested in
Yeah.
seeing it just because the name.
How do you think Mission Impossible is doing? Do we know?
I know how the reviews are.
Is it bad or good?
The reviews are it's incredible. They're saying it's the best Mission
For real?
Impossible they've ever made.
Oh man.
Oh, that's the sarcastic eye. I can't
No,
tell.
I'm dead. I'm completely serious. Apparently,
Really?
it's apparently it's
Wow.
phenomenal.
I want to see it.
It's-
Haven't
I-
they
Sarah's
figured
big
it out?
excited to see it.
I'm gonna go see it.
I'm
for
just
sure.
tired of the name. None of them are impossible. They're doing them all.
Yeah, but who doesn't
It's
want to see
Mission
Tom Cruise like hanging
Possible.
onto a plane and
It's
jumping
another
off
Mission
of
Impossible
cliffs?
that we will accomplish. I'm just
that
kidding.
we
I'm just
will
kidding.
get done.
You can't do this one. We did the other 6.
Mission.
Doing it.
We're doing it.
I'll do it
Mission-
again.
Mission
says?
finally possible.
You say
It's
it's
gonna be
possible, I say
done.
I got a
not.
pitch. Mission Possible.
Mission Possible.
And it's just Tom Cruise going, next mission.
I can do that.
That's too easy.
Yeah.
And I'm not
easy.
give it to someone else.
Tom
That's the whole
Cruise. Did
movie.
you hear he's going to try to break?
Yeah.
He's going to try to break Kate Winslet's breath holding record.
It wouldn't surprise
He's
me.
going to launch him into space. He's going to hold his breath for 9 minutes.
Into space. He's gonna hold his breath in space for 9
You
minutes.
better not be holding his
Tom
breath. You
Cruise
better
is
just
floating around.
exhale for 9 minutes.
If you concentrate, you don't have to breathe.
Unless he wants to turn into a piece of popcorn.
It's all mind. It's all mind over matter.
He's just in space existing. He's like, it's all about the grind set. You're like,
do my own stunts.
I do my own
I
stunts.
don't know.
I don't know how I'm getting down.
I got it. Yeah. When is that? Was that
I love it.
coming
That's out.
today?
Yeah, I think it came out
Or
today
tomorrow?
or yesterday or something.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Mission Impossible? No, I think he came out last week.
La-
Oh, did
so
it?
last Thursday? maybe, or
Ah,
something.
right?
I don't remember. Actually, you might be right.
On
'cause I think I saw a bunch
there was
of
the
them.
option. I almost went Tuesday, last minute, but the theater was full.
Yeah,
Okay,
I need
so
to go
it's
see
already-
it. I was looking up showtimes today for it. Actually, I
Man.
plan on seeing it this weekend.
I
They're
just,
killing it over there.
you know, $20 per ticket.
But
on
you know why?
Saturday
You know
or
what he
$5
said?
on
Is that a
Tuesday.
Paramount?
I'm
What?
serious about this. They actually asked him. They on the red carpet. They said, "Well, now I feel like I should
Why
make
is it working?
Now, yeah, they were asking
What
why
are you
is it
doing?
working?
Yeah.
What is it that's getting people to see your movies? Why is it working? He said, because my intent when I make these movies, my one thing I'm thinking about the entire time is how will the audience perceive this? What does the audience want from this?
Mm-hmm.
And how are they going to see this? What can get to the audience? How are they going to react? How does this make them feel when they're watching this in the movie theater?
Yeah.
He said, keeping in mind them viewing it in the movie theater and taking that approach and making the films, doing the stunts, doing everything, the dialogue, all of it, creating the story to draw people in. That's why they've been successful.
That's Steve Jobs' mentality. That's what his mindset was. Instead of what do we have to give, what do they want most?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like working backwards.
Yeah.
They just saw it. Why'd they like it?
Right.
Because this.
Because they had fire falling in love with water.
Yeah. Because that makes sense.
It's nice.
I don't know.
It's a nice thought.
It'll be on Disney Plus.
But anyway. Yeah.
I'll watch it when it's on Disney Plus.
I might.
Yeah. Might.
Yeah.
Might not. I'm
Might.
just kidding.
I might
Probably not.
Yeah, there you have it.
All right. And that
There's
had
the
something to do with
Ahsoka wrap-up.
Ahsoka.
But yeah, is there anything before we close? Is there
We get on
anything that we
that.
missed? Any
Yeah.
big
Can we talk
Ahsoka
a
stuff?
little bit about some other movie theaters?
There's
About-
Marcus. There's AMC. We're just naming
Did
them.
you hear they're going to re-release The Wizard of Oz? No, I'm just kidding.
Get this. They're reversing it. It's starting in color and then going black
Oh,
and
that
white.
is a brilliant
They're doing the
idea.
Oppenheimer
That is
effect.
great.
The Oppenheimer effect.
That is great.
Oppenheimer's learned from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It did. They're
I do
doing
wanna
black and
see
white
that.
and they're doing color.
Man. Well, I'm so excited. Ahsoka's always, well, not always. Since I've seen the show, has become my favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe my
I really
favorite
think her
Jedi.
character arc might be my favorite
Yeah.
character arc
Yeah.
of anybody.
And solid.
Because
I
as
mean, just
much as I
straight up.
want to like Anakin's character arc, it is pretty tragic.
Yeah.
It's a
He does,
little rough
he
in spots,
does some
admittedly.
bad
Does some
things.
bad stuff.
Ahsoka doesn't do those bad
No,
things.
not yet.
Not
Maybe.
well.
Not yet. Maybe that's what this show is about.
That would be awesome.
Hot take. She's pulling a Palp. I know a thing or two about Palp. And she's with the rebels, and then she puts her hood up,
And then
and she's like,
Just Ahsoka clones.
"Get him!" And yeah, and the
a
little
ton
people
of
with the
Ahsoka
red
clones.
change.
eyes change.
sabers start to bleed red. Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
So it's like, finally we found Ezra. We don't need
Oh,
you.
Look at
good.
you.
Welcome back. Where you been?
Thanks for leaving.
Thanks for nothing.
Gotta find my parents and go meet your parents.
Yeah, I'll show you parents.
Kanan.
That's
Lethal's
raw.
finally live action.
Find
Yeah.
a roadcast.
All right, last thing before we wrap up. Will we see
Ezra. Or
Loth Wolves?
I was gonna
Loth
say.
Wolves. Ooh, they're gonna say
We've
Loth
seen
Cat.
Lothcats.
Lothcats.
We've already seen
Right.
I
Lothcats.
see Loth Cat. Yeah.
Are we going to see Loth Wolves?
Loth
If we're
Wolves.
on Lothal,
If we do,
we're going to see Caleb Doom
Yeah.
as the Loth
you don't
Wolf.
need Freddy's
Doom?
voice.
Doom.
Yeah, you can do right.
The one. The Bendu.
Um,
If I don't see Bendu, I'm not finishing the series.
How will
I
you
say
know until you
yes.
finish it?
Loth Wolves, yes.
Loth Wolves?
I say yes.
I say yes too. I think we'll get a Loth Wolf. I think.
Do you think it's gonna be like
at least running off in the distance?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think
Right.
it's gonna be something just
Oh.
like that meme. Hey, go back.
Mhm.
What if we got Doom? What if we get like the Doom Loth Wolf?
That'd be cool.
Loth Wolf.
Doom. Everyone's like, "What was that?" Let's
Doom.
do a different scene.
Right.
Okay,
It
cool.
just does the
Man.
stop thing.
Or they do their little.
And then they pass out and wake up somewhere else. Like
yeah,
Ezra
they do their
does.
little like hyperspace
Yeah,
travel on the other
that'd
side
be
of the
cool.
planet.
Yeah, they walk through like one tunnel and they're on the other side of the planet.
Yeah,
I love that. You love
Mhm.
that.
I love that. You love to see it. I could use one of those.
Watch
Time
Pop do
travel?
that.
Time travel.
DeLorean.
Time Space Continuum. What is
Hey,
it?
there you go.
Yeah.
There you have it. The Ahsoka everything. Everything Ahsoka. That's what
Everything
it
is
is.
Ahsoka.
All day.
Wrap up.
That's
We
what that
want to
says.
talk about the trailer, but we also wanted to expand on that and give you a little synopsis of the character and one, why we like her, but also catch everybody up, give a little review, everything you need to know about Ahsoka going into the show. So with that, if there's anything we missed and you want to remind the rest of chat, drop it in the comments. Drop your favorite Ahsoka moments. And then also leave some Ahsoka
Tell us who you think's gonna die.
assumptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's gonna die?
Who's gonna die? That's what we always have that.
Who's gonna die?
Who's gonna die?
Who's gonna die?
Take
Ahsoka.
place your
Luke.
bets.
That won't happen.
Luke. No, I'm just kidding.
Many Loth Wolves had to die to bring us this information.
There you have it. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the notification bell. See you guys next time, and as always, may the Force be with you.
Kanan, gotta find Ahsoka. She's got my parents.
Ezra, you've been gone for 20 years.
Find a new line.
Ezra, why are you having dinner with Thrawn?
I'm
friends with
waiting.
Palps.
I'm waiting.